So I understand that what I'm saying is in direct opposition to what the public popular opinion of response should be, as well as in direct opposition to the bad guys, is that an event like this happens where one of our babies is shot and they lose their life. We feel that feeling of grief that comes, that feeling of sadness, the feeling of loss, the feeling of anger. And a lot of times our public reaction and what we encourage the public to do is going to be in reaction to fighting that feeling, those feelings of grief, those feelings of loss, those feelings of anger. And the actions that we take are generally in response to that rather than being in response to the actual problem. Because we make the t-shirts, we do the marches, we hold the press conferences. All of those things make us feel better. It fights the feeling of grief. It fights the feeling of sadness. It makes us feel like we're doing something. When in reality, what is it that we are actually doing to stop the killers? What is it that we're actually doing to prevent the loss of life? Again, I completely understand it. What I'm advocating for, what I've been teaching, is that direct action of the person, the individual, to learn how to actually stop the bleed. There is nothing else there's very little, I should say, that is in more direct opposition to someone trying to take a life is you actually keeping that person alive, at least until they can get to the hospital. There is nothing that is more in direct opposition than getting people trained and getting people the skills and the knowledge and the tools and the mindset to be in opposition to the chaos. There's very little that is in opposition to actually getting individuals with firearms, actual training, making them responsible gun owners, and making their mindset that of, I need to protect more than just my individual self. I need to protect my family. I need to protect my neighbors. All of those things are the direct action of the individual. And unfortunately, like I said, it's generally in opposition to that of what we normally see the popular response is. The response is that, we're going to have some choice people get up and they're going to say some words about how saddened they are. They're going to talk about how we need to end this pandemic and we need to do this and that. And then we're going to have marches. We're going to have gatherings. We're going to organize protests. We're going to make t-shirts and signs. And we're going to do the chants and everything. And meanwhile, the people that are the perpetrators of such crimes, the killers themselves, are not affected by that at all. And they go off and they do their thing. And everybody has a great feel-good moment. And we all do. They do feel good. The balloon releases, the vigils, a lot of times they bring those feel-good moments. And then another week passes and we lose another baby and the cycle repeats itself all over. So that has been the point of my advocation over the last few years. And God willing, it'll be the point of my advocation over the next many years. As long as I'm still drawing breath on this earth, is that we need to take more direct action, putting the power back in the individual's hands to get out there and to be the living opposition to that which we say we hate, for us to be the living protection to that which we say we love. Be there ourselves, not to be bystanders, but to be bydoers. That's the point.